Welcome to the Night Radio and Television station. Here come to the news today. In the first 8 months of this year, the total newly additional Vietnam investment capital abroad was estimated at 575 million USD, an increase of more than 74% over the same period. The data has just been announced by the Foreign Investment Department, Ministry of Planning and Investment. In total, there are 20 countries and territories receiving investment from Vietnam in the first 8 months of 2021. Leading the way is the US with 3 new investment projects and 2 capital adjustment projects with a total registered investment capital of 302.8 million USD, accounting for 52.7% of total investment capital. According to the General Statistics Office, the country's export turnover of goods in August reached 26.2 billion USD, down 6% from the previous month and down 5.4% over the same period last year. However, in the first 8 months of 2021, export turnover of goods is estimated at 210.5 billion USD, up to 21% over the same period last year. In the past 8 months, the whole country had 30 products with export turnover of over 1 billion USD, accounting for 91.8% of total export turnover, in which there are 6 export items of over 10 billion USD, accounting for 63%. Regarding the export markets of goods in 8 months, the United States is Vietnam's largest export market with turnover of 62 billion USD, up 32.5% over the same period last year. Following is China with more than 32 billion USD, up 19.8%. EU market reached 26 billion USD, up 14.5%. Following the Prime Minister's call to fight the pandemic, likely fighting the enemy, many retired doctors and nurses have volunteered to participate in the pandemic prevention and control work. Retired for 4 years, Dr. Nguyễn Thành Đức, who used to work at the Provincial Party Committee's Health Protection Committee, is working with the colleagues to support the screening and vaccination work in Bưu Hòa Ward, Long Bình, Long Bình Tân. Due to the outbreak of the pandemic, volunteers like Dr. Đức often start work early and finish very late. In Biên Hòa, there are currently more than 1,000 applications for volunteering to participate in the fight against the pandemic, including more than 10 cases of retired medical staff. Participating in the fight against the pandemic means that they accept the risk of infection. The fight against the pandemic continues. In addition to the consensus of the people, the contribution of many forces and industries, the contribution of these white shirt volunteers is a great motivation to join hands to fight the pandemic. According to a joint statement released by many countries on August 29th, the Taliban allows countries to continue evacuating citizens after August 31st, the deadline for the US to withdraw on troops from Afghanistan. The Taliban have assured some 100 countries that they continue to allow foreigners and Afghan nations with valid documents issued by other countries to leave Afghanistan in a safe and orderly manner, even after August 31st. In the group of 100 countries mentioned above, there are race powers such as United States, Great Britain, France, Germany, Australia, Japan, Spain, and the European Union, and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but not including China and Russia. As planned, permanent member countries of the United Nations Security Council, including the US, China, France, and Germany, will meet on August 30th to discuss the Afghanistan crisis. Britain and France are expected to call on the United Nations to establish a safe zone in the Kabul to allow the humanitarian operation to continue. Noon 29 of August local time, Category 4 Super Typhoon Ida made landfall in the United States of Louisiana with heavy rain, strong winds, and rising sea levels. This is the most powerful hurricane to hit Louisiana since the Hurricane Katrina 16 years ago, killing more than 1,800 people and causing 125 billion USD in damage. Hurricane Ida strengthened on the morning of August 29th with winds of about 240 km per hour, leaving 400,000 Louisianans without electricity. Louisiana Governor John Bell Edwards previously warned that Ida would be one of the strongest hurricanes to hit the state since the 1950s century. President Joe Biden has declared states of emergency for Louisiana and Mississippi, allowing Department of Homeland Security and Federal Emergency Management Agency to coordinate on the disaster relief efforts. President Biden also urged people to follow hurricane guidance and pledged to devote on efforts, rescue and recovery efforts as quickly as possible. That's all on the news today. Thanks for watching it. Have a good time. Goodbye.